welcome to African Farming. Today is the last episode of the season, and it's only fitting that we spend the day with Patrick Sekwatlakwatla, who has been instrumental in training and developing cattle farmers. And because we want to see in action what he means to these farmers, we'll be meeting him on Zakaria Matli's farm in Kroonstad to also learn about his journey. So let's go meet them. Patrick and Zakaria are both born cattlemen, having raised and herded cattle since their childhood. While Patrick joined the SANDF after school, Zakaria ran a taxi business in order to buy a few cattle and an 8-hectare plot. Patrick joined the Sernik Group in 2014, and his and Zakaria's paths crossed at a workshop. Through their combined efforts, Zakaria's farm, Groenpan, now boasts an impressive herd of bonsmaras. I want to find out from Patrick what drives his passion for transformation in agriculture. Patrick, what role did farming play in your life growing up?
I grew up in the village in Edwinsdale outside of Polokwane, and I went to school at primary. From school, I was to go to look after the cattle, goats and sheep of my parents. From there, I joined MGK 2003, and obviously I was from SADF then. And in 2014, 2015, I joined Sernik, and I found myself being in charge of corporate social investment and mentoring, and also guiding the farmers as to how they can really make it in farming business.
Yes, let's actually talk about your role there at Sernik. What exactly do you do? What's your mandate, and how do you guys develop the farmers?
Look, it is a combination of many things. I'm mentoring farmers. I'm more on the side of transformation, and previously we were calling it corporate social investment. And obviously I'm more on the side of training the farmers and also capacitating them, and also on weekly or daily basis in contact with them, just to make sure that they're doing the right thing at the right time. Yes.
Now, you've also partnered with the Jobs Fund. Tell me a bit about that.
In 2017, we approached Jobs Fund, and they contributed to us. They've given us about 165 million rand, and they asked us to match it with 138 million rand. And we also contributed 100 million in kind. The whole money was used to develop emerging farmers in terms of the training, in terms of capacitating emerging farmers.
As part of the Sernik Emerging Farmers Program, which ran from June 2018 to January 2021, a number of farmers were recruited, capacitated, and equipped with technical and financial skills in a tiered structure. From this group, a percentage were upskilled into viable commercial entities with their own reproductive capacity. These Tier 3 farmers were also given the opportunity to acquire shares in Sernik Wholesale. The program was open to black emerging cattle farmers who are farming in the Free State and neighboring provinces within 150 kilometers from Kroonstad, who already have land and cattle and who live on their farm. This program does not supply land or cattle. For Patrick, the program means a vast amount of work, but he tackles it with joy and even makes time to take on a bit of small-scale farming on the side. But at the moment, you have your own plot where you're planting, and do you have livestock?
Look, I've got livestock that I've leased land, small land, pieces of land at some commercial farmers, and I've got a small plot where I'm doing moringa farming. I'm planting cabbage. I already planted about 40,000 head of cabbages now last week, and beetroot, carrot, and many other types of vegetables.
And speaking about a commercial farmer of tomorrow, you're helping Ntate Zakaria Matli. When you first met him, what did you think of him, and also how has the journey been for the two of you?
Zakaria Matli have shown the love, tenacity, passion of farming, He's just a unique person compared to many other emerging farmers in South Africa. When we came here, it was mixed farming. Today, it's only red animal. Remember, I always say to many people, if you farm with Bonsmara, then you farm with a gold in your pocket, if not diamond. So Zakaria Matli have got ear to listen. With that in mind, it was quite easy to change him. Many emerging farmers, it's not easy to change them, but Zakaria Matli is easy person to change him, to channel him, because if you say to him, vaccination program, supplement program, dehorning program, everything he registered them. Farm management, he do it according to financial management, he do it according to the way we taught him or the way we teach him.
Nice. You know, Zakaria really sounds like such a dynamic farmer and a dynamic man. And you guys work so well together. I cannot wait to meet him. So let's go. Ndata Zakaria, when Ali Patrick, you have a lot in common in a sense that both of you live in. Now, how did that influence you to become a farmer?
La handle plasing, then I attend the school college from the farm, and then I go to the education. I started standard 6, standard 7, standard 8, 97. I started my own business at the taxi. So 2004 more. One of my grandfather, abamplela uhirile plot. Abarikita my good plot to you. And then Kaseveza, Kabalintate Mohoro happy. I'm far home because I was now open space in control location. A1, Cali freeze. We milk it in the morning. So the thing, I couldn't have time to go and sell it. I reckon money. Then offer the best learner come here or the fena money. Then I start to grow in a money you are low.
What were the challenges Koplotong?
Your qualification in the bylaws, they forced me to get a qualification because the communities are my host. And then I start out about a plus, you can't pay a government proactive. So I give a plus, 2008, government gave a patal. I fit a more, and they can get a title deed. But then, also, a chance you have the title deed. But I was about the plus, is the proactive with a business plan. Then we submit a good department thing, and then about two, sir. But now about 2 and 2 seats. I end up getting the taxi tag. It's a loan called land bank. In Karaka do home, which I almost 20. 2014, somewhere 15. Woke up and Abunale, Patwaka Sernik. By them, that's a my soya plus. The health management, financial, vaccinator. But under program, I want money are 5 matona, but with the right rule. It's where things started changing.
You say that when you have a problem, Patrick is the first person that you call on. Why do you like working with him?
So Patrick never banale pelo lo mamello. How to get about matata how ba kuta ba lo dua fase ba she ba tata kakara. And I don't kana kwetele but they ba the thing. Up to so far, I partner the Patrick le Serni group. Aksana stress. Because Serni our whole yabarata batwa.
Clearly, these two passionate cattlemen have a very close relationship indeed, leaving Zakaria's wife feeling a bit like a third wheel.
What's about you going to tell me how work that le Patrick? On compagnon so what's it? Highly handled on compagnon. So, get you about to get a handled linyalani capali, who it's a ratan. But when about you about baby, Mare, a Catalonian Tati, how can fit a mobile duty in Babua? O tlo tla ba bua ntho tsa bophelo go re relationship ya gona le Sernik ile ya re ntsa ntontseng a ya re bontsha gore ha o sebetsa ka phofolo o tshwantse o etse general gore ene re guide ke tshotshwana. Over the past 13 weeks, we visited all kinds of farming operations, each with a different approach. Here on Groenpan, teamwork and agri-partnerships are at the center of its success. When we come back, we'll find out how all these partnerships come together to create this commercial cattle enterprise.
welcome back to African Farming. We heard earlier that Patrick and Zakaria grew up herding cattle. It's no wonder they're so devoted to livestock as adults, and they work so well together. Their partnership is the perfect foundation, and the Sarnik model, the perfect structure for growth. Now, tell me about the first time when you met Ndata Zakaria. What was the condition of the farm and what were the challenges that you faced?
Well, the biggest challenges that we met with when we met Zakaria, he was farming with mixed farming. And obviously, it was inbreeding somehow. And there was no vaccination program, no supplement program. And we started to introduce vaccination program and then crossbreeding. He came to us and bought a stud bull, and then with that bull introduced to his head, and it changed everything.
Got to start more than the workshop of Tabona. By the back end about Tusaga with a massacre. Kaita Trata, Bagafadi Kelete, Capata, the Bat, one of us is a mona for Silomoka Fred. Instead of saying you 180 feda, never get someone I'm working in.
So usually, as you're saying, Horikiri Bons Maramona and Sarniki inofile the Homuse 35 and one bull. The Homse di Totswana Bagay.
Le Mosape, the something, harvested the Tiadi, Lagabalton 15, Banga 40%, to keep us 60%. So 60% in like a Shogomel at the Tiadi, the Troafel, in the Baga Choke. The thing, since the thing I think I'm going to stop it, the pregnant on one.
Why is it so important to have a good quality bull, and how do you ensure that you have a quality one that you sell to the farmers in the program?
Look, the genes are very important. Quality bull is the farmer when buying the bull at Cernig or everywhere, they need to ensure that that bull is tested for fertility and is also tested for trichomoniasis. Look, the bull is like an ATM. Going to the bank. Without a bull, you cannot have the cows. And it is very important that each and every farmer in South Africa, when they go to buy the bull, they must consider those things that I just mentioned.
This is the third set of calves farmer Zakaria will be welcoming from the original 35 cows. With each group of calves, his debt to Sarnik is reduced, while his own herd of cattle grows. Patrick, earlier you spoke about how Sarnik supports the farmer from feed, genetics, animal health, right through to owning shares in the company. Tell me why that's important to you.
It is important that our emerging farmers, because the government of South Africa has given them the land to farm, they need to contribute to the food security of the country. They need to produce food for us all in the country.
Ndata Zakaria, as we saw, the partnership that you have with Sarnik has helped you out a lot. Now, what do you think is the importance of having such agri-partnerships?
Ka tshwanetse ga vaccinate neng go mefuta ya disiki go gona go fumana re fuwe dikeletso o ikamanya le batho ba seng ba le baholo jwalo ba banka tsebo ya gona ba re fa yona ona ho nthusitse haholo ko yo wa bona le wena mona no ya ke na di dikgomo ka dikampo le di dipoke tsa di tsa mathoka di tsamaya di dikgomo ka nako
Ndata Zakaria, I want to touch on diversification. Ke a bona you have dikgomo fela hona tje. But do you have plans for diversifying?
Ora ke rantse ke la di fariki, la di nku, le di pudi. Ene ne re ratile hore mona mo re ementeng mona ke feedlot ntwena. So ntse re aha hanyane nako e tlang go tloetsa feedlot ya rona di secret fela haholo. Le dinku re beletse go tsentle. Go kgona go reka kwana tse kang di tshitsanyane re tlo di fepa di none and then re rekise re se slagpala.
We encourage our farmers to diversify. Obane ho diversify o botlhokwa haholo ho cash flow ya rona. Ha o shebe farmer ya rona o na le dikgomo o rekisa ha tee ka selemo. Then ha na le dinku le dipudi o kgona go rekisa mo harangwa ha bedi mo selemong mo ngwaeng. Then hape o ka lebella ntate Mati o na le dikolobe o kgona ho rekisa nako efe kapa efe seo se mo thusa hore cash flow ya hae e be teng a kgone ho patela babereki a kgone ho patela electricity tseba hore ke yona bothata bo boholo mo difamareng tsa rona ba charge standard price sa 7,000 to 8,000 le ha o sa e berekise wa e patela bjale ke mo hebe lo reng famara o tshwana le matla o ka re selemo se sengwe Eskom e ka bulela tlhoho ya ba dira hore ba patele ka di-prepaid o reng e se ka ba bolaya cash flow ya bona ba patele tšhelete e ngata-ngata eo ba e patelang.
Understanding these daily challenges makes Sarnik a trusted hands-on partner.
Zakaria, you have a lifelong partnership with the Sarnik Group, but you also have your own family, and which is your wife and your son. What type of legacy would you like to leave for them?
I want to leave them this farm full of cattle that I don't even own a cent for them. They must live freely on this farm, Kroonpan. That's what I want to leave for them.
And Patrick, you've already achieved so much. I know you still want more. What is your vision for agriculture in South Africa?
Re batla hore barui kgomo bo botlhe ba re nang le bona bo botlhe ba leng projecting ya rona ba tswelle e be di-commercial farmers tsa ka mmamoso.
Cheers to that. When we return, our experts in studio will offer us some guidance and advice, so don't go anywhere. Zanzi, welcome back to African Farming for the final episode of the season. We have featured 13 incredible stories and we have been inspired and enriched by all the farmers we've met. On this journey, we have learned where there is passion and dedication, nothing can keep a farmer down. There is a world of exciting opportunities out there waiting to be explored. Hard work and love for the job lead to limitless potential for growth. The wisdom of experienced farmers is priceless and should be treasured. A farm is more than land and crops. It is a family's heritage and future. Farming is a business and should be managed as such. In order to farm sustainably, you need a partnership with nature. There is space for the youth in agriculture, and that space is growing. The future of farming belongs to those who are willing to get their hands dirty. When farming is a family affair, the joys are multiplied and shared. When unforeseen circumstances knock you down, get back up and live to farm another day. You don't have to have big land, just big dreams and a big heart. And there are successful models to get developing farmers on their feet to help them stand tall and secure their farming futures. What an incredible journey this has been. Mzansi, do stay tuned because we are closing this episode with a very special moment when we show you what has transpired on Mam Pinky Hlaberi's farm since we featured her heartbreaking story 13 weeks ago. But first, a very warm welcome to you, Praveen Dwarika from Lemang Agricultural Services. How have you been?
I've been great. It's been an awesome journey. Thanks, Lindy.
It really has been an awesome journey because you spent 13 weeks with us. Tell me, what are the key takeaways from the past 13 weeks?
I must say, the passion and dedication from our farmers, that's the one thing that will stick with me forever. It's something that keeps us going as Lemang. To see that passion, to see the journeys that these farmers have been through, keeps us alive.
And yourself and including your team have visited some of these farms that we featured on the episode. I mean, tell me, when you were there, what have been your thoughts?
It's wonderful to see the mentorship, the skills transfer, the generational development, farmers getting their families involved, farmers reaching out to the communities, communities reaching out to the farmers. It's just been awesome seeing that collaboration. So we know that real transformation's happening, real development's happening, and that really gives us hope for the development sector.
I like that you speak about transformation because it has been a reoccurring theme on all the farms that we've visited. But what does real transformation actually look like?
So the way we see it, true transformation will only happen once our farmers are really successful. The sector needs a lot of input from agribusinesses, from the community, from society at large. And that's when when these partnerships are created, when there's real collaboration, when there's real support, that's when we feel that the sector has really transformed. We know that the development sector has been lacking a lot of support from government down to grassroots level. But I think we're getting there. This journey has certainly showed us the way, and we intend continuing this for sure.
And that's why it's good to have organizations such as Lemang and AFGRI to help develop these farmers.
Absolutely.
Now, before I let you go, I want to know what has sparked your passion to help and develop the farmers?
So I come from a farming background myself. My dad was a small-scale sugarcane farmer in KZN. And unfortunately, due to many reasons, especially safety, I haven't had the chance to actually work on that farm itself. But then I took a step back and asked myself, what contribution can I make to the sector with the skills and knowledge that I've developed over the years? And that's why I'm really following my passion at this point in time. So I'm loving every minute of the job that I do.
Oh, that is beautiful. Praveen, it has been quite a journey. Thank you for your hands-on commitment and for helping these farmers. You have taught us so much throughout this journey.
It's been amazing. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you, Lenny.
Mzansi, to close this series, the special moment we promised you. 13 weeks ago, we featured Mampinki Hlabedi, whose entire herd was wiped out by brucellosis. She shared her story of hope, how the Sarnik group with Patrick Sekwatlakwatla, whom we featured in this episode, stretched out their hands to get her back on her feet again. That day finally arrived, and African farming was there.
My dear, today I'm over the moon. I'm receiving my kettles finally from Cernig. Unfortunately, I can't jump and reach the sky, but my excitement, it's wow. I feel honored. This is my day. 35 of them, they are pregnant. In 2 months' time, they'll be calving. I'll be having more babies. My cattle have started calving in the truck along the way coming here. The other one just calved in the kraal when they arrived.
There was one calf, very young, 1 day old. It was unable to come out of the truck. So I went inside the coach to take it out. So I grabbed it and take it out. And that's the reason why I'm so dirty today.
Thank you, African Farmers Magazine. Thank you, Mzansi 163.
Tears of joy. Mzansi, thank you for joining us for the series. We hope these stories touched your hearts as well. But this is not the end. We'll stay in touch on africanfarming.com. And remember to engage with us on our social media platforms via #AfricanFarming. Until we see each other again, remember, we farm better together.
This was such an inspirational journey with all of our farmers, and it wouldn't have been possible without our partners and sponsors. Thank you for making real change possible.